Boring. Welcome back to Bronze League Heroes in the bottom left of 16-bit. Immortal. Your Protoss play. And in the top right, Rebeldragon with the double depot opener. Making sure he gets that wall set up before a probe could even be across the map to enter his base. He will not be probed. He's been probed before and he didn't like it. It gave him long and traumatizing problems. And I mean, this might be the play, as the probe is on the way and a forge is in production. And with it, it looks like he's going to be forging some saucy cheese. A barracks going to wall off, so how's this going to play out? This doesn't necessarily mean a cannon rush is completely impossible, but without high ground vision, it makes it incredibly difficult. Now, oh my god, perfect! Is that Print F, or is that our Bronze League hero Immortal? As in perfect out of vision range here. If the SCV had happened to build the bear, well, nope, that doesn't work. Okay, the way is shut. A single cannon. Is there a transition from Immortal? Another cannon. He lowers the depot. That's very risky. He's not building a marine. He's building a marine. Now, the thing is, Terran buildings can fly. So, the wall that he's already walled it off. He's gonna go for the pylon. Oh my! He's building another pylon. The cannon is just going to work right now. Another one's gonna finish. It looks like he's gonna. Wait, is he even gonna kill the pylon? I mean, the thing is, after all of this, the Rebeldragon has 7 workers left. The probe still has vision. The Marines, they can't get too close. It's a dangerous game. Oh, but they killed the probe. There's no vision at all. Now, while he did lose 11 SCVs in a completely futile attempt to take down the cannons, another probe is sent out. Immortal shows no signs of stopping, by the way. He's just going to expand. There is no vision. This is very dangerous. If those cannons wake up, if they become woke and see the top of the ramp, this is... how... 6 cannons. A gateway and... a nexus are started. Another probe's coming up. I think the wall-in might be almost immediately evaporated. I don't know what this probe is doing. What is it? Is he actually... is he microing against the SCV here? He's really trying to chase it down and get that one hit. Immortal. Both players around 80 actions per minute. A lot of right-clicking in panic is what I'm seeing here. A factory is on the way. Will the probe even venture up the ramp? The SCV, it can't go home. It can't go home. All right. The Cannon Border Patrol will definitely turn him down. Still chasing around. Immortal now getting his first gas. A Cybercore just starting, so it's starting to even out. While Immortal has a lot of probes, he's gonna have a lot of economy. His tech is still very, like, a starport and a cyclone on the way. A cyclone drop is definitely a strong choice when essentially all of your firepower is focused at the bottom of a ramp. I mean, the cyclone could just kill the cannons themselves. The Zealot is in the wall. So it's like a Brood War wall there. clone finishing up. Shield batteries. Are you kidding me? You cheesy, dirty Protoss. No orbital. He's obviously been flustered. The probe finally assassinates the SCV after a long and exhausting chase. The medevac's about to finish. A command center on the way, but Immortal finished his cyber core. He's getting something in the way attack. That's a robo. He only has a zealot at home. There's nothing at home. The medevac, it cannot fit the cyclone in. You gotta do a little bit of rearrangement. He's gonna drop everything out, fit the cyclone in. That's because the Marines were in the front of the ship. Okay, almost. And only, that's it. There's no more room. You can't, no vacancy. We're leaving. We're leaving. We are leaving. Nope, maybe not. Maybe he's gonna wait for the second. No man left behind. He's not leaving. Okay. He decided to wait for the next flight. It was delayed. You know how it is. Okay. Marines. But now there's a cyclone. We gotta wait for the cyclone. There's always one guy. Okay, and then you just end up waiting. Somebody's gotta take the lead. This is you can't just be waiting like, are we leaving? Are we not leaving? Somebody make a decision. Are we waiting? Are we waiting for Bill? Like, I don't... Okay, and the cyclone. And... Okay, now we're going. It's happening. Immortal building his... Well, he could build his signature unit. And this double drop is very... There's one Stalker and one Zealot. There are no cannons at home. He's building a Stargate now with +1 shields. Of course, for all his cannons. And Warp Gate about halfway done. Yeehaw. Alright. So the Observer will break the ramp in an interesting turn of events. But there go the Cyclones, the Terran army. He's just ripping apart the pylons. He can kill the barracks. The Observer comes to support the cannon. He's gonna take a Nexus on the other side. Some very quick thinking by Immortal, but he could lose all his probes before that point. There is no production at all from Rebeldragon. As Immortal actually walled off the Stalkers from getting up here, the probe count is dipping drastically. But 2 Stalkers are in the main, and no units to contest them. He has money, he has production, but he has no will to fight. He's evacuating the natural. He's out of there, unfortunately leaving the SCVs behind to fend for themselves, going down towards the net. He's going to be able to assassinate the vast majority of the probes. He's cannon rushing the main. This is what he wanted all along. Finally, the fruits of his labor. He's come home to roost, but at the same time, all of the probes, except the one on the other side of the map who made a Nexus and was privy to all of these cannons. How many probes are left? 4 or 3. Where's he at? There's a probe over here. That might become an important factor of this game. The factory just dies. It's a base trade scenario. Immortal's at 12 supply. There are 3 probes left on the map. There's still plenty of money for both sides. A forge gonna be targeted down. No more cannons in my house, he says. The SCV's left to buy some time. It looks like the attack is on it. Well, he's not sure what he wants. He hasn't restarted probe production. The starport going to be taken down, but the command center made it out. And right now, the army supply is 18-7, and there's nothing really protecting this Nexus. Now, the only problem is that he doesn't know that Nexus is there.
They're attacking your base, you know.
A beautiful Tastosis sound pack. The cannons and the Stalkers, will we actually be able to kill this? There is a probe and a forge in production. Of course, a forge in production for Immortal. He's up to 4 probes. Rebeldragon has lost every SCV. Every SCV. The supply depots are starting to crumble as well. Rebeldragon, let's look at the action cam here. He's just staring. He's taking down the assimilators. This is his focus. This is his dream. This is his destiny. Besides those other 3 assimilators. Don't worry about them. So, right now, Immortal has no ability to produce units other than probes. He has 2 Stalkers, 1 Zealot. Rebeldragon is not interested in saving his orbital command. He is rebuilding SCVs. The Observer will not see this base right off the bat. Rebeldragon starting to realize maybe he wants to save this. This is quite a lit strategy. The medevacs in front, they might be able to distract him. Will he get the orbital? He could drop mules to repair. He's chasing it down. Here come the Cyclones. The orbital, it's at 125 HP. HP. It needs to drop mules. He needs to land it and drop mules to repair it. That's such a key part. I mean, Rebeldragon can still win. The orbital's burning. It's burning. It's burning. It's 22, 21. It's going over the high. Can't land. Oh no. Well, less to distract him. There's only like there's only one plate. Well, now Immortal's expanding to the main. Rebeldragon, where could he be? Process of elimination. Some critical thinking. A barracks is being rebuilt. More supply depots. Rebeldragon still has a deadly army that could potentially win the game. If used correctly. Or even used, like, not entirely incorrectly. But he's starting... There are shield batteries. It's getting to the point where... Okay. It's now 17 probes for Immortal as he chrono boosts them out. Rebeldragon just says, as long as I've got you right where I want you. In my base. Okay. 1 Marine will scout. Now he doesn't actually know, he doesn't know that's happening. So Immortal is rebuilding with a better economy. The standing army and +1 shield, a priority to restart, of course. That ever so important upgrade. The Stalkers, shield battery makes the save. As long as he doesn't go into the cannons. There's still cannons. He just fully, he's not. He ain't messing with that. Unfortunately, Rebeldragon doesn't seem to be able to muster his forces. The time is running out. And Immortal re-expands to his natural. And Rebeldragon is... the indecisiveness might be his downfall. Of course, the engineering bay, important to have when you're rebuilding your base and desperately are trying to stop your opponent from mining. There's a single cannon, and now he doesn't really have the numbers. The gateway units might be enough here. This planet, I mean, Immortal does not know about the base. There's a single Marine going to work. Is Warp Gate done? He restarts Warp Gate. This is the first. This is the second try on that. But it's looking more and more like Rebeldragon just doesn't have the ability. Now that the cannons are on defense, they're much more effective. What can he do? He brings an SCV. Not sure what it's doing. Another orbital built. He's building a wall to protect himself from this specific angle of attack. An Oracle comes around. There are only so many bases on 16-bit. It is quite a large map. This probe is still here. The tank coming down angrily lashes out at a tech lab or factory. The Oracle's out of energy. Was not provided an extra Red Bull when it came out of the Stargate. The Void Ray is charged up, but with nowhere to go, creating a lot of unrest in the Protoss base. Supplies 84 to 61. Rebeldragon has built not an insignificant army here. And with tanks can be the great equalizer. He might be a little bit too far forward with this one. And this one. Unfortunately, focusing a little bit more on the sieges. I mean, the tanks are getting good hits off. This is a good attack. And suddenly Immortal, without nearly as many units, he could benefit from some of himself. A fleet beacon just finishes up. 2 more Void Rays on the way. Four Void Rays are a dangerous number. There is +1. He's attacking the pylon. He's not attacking that. There go the medevacs. Now the Void Rays. Well, it's hard to tell exactly how this is gonna end up. 2 more Void Rays on the way. I mean, the Marines are doing a good job. The shield battery's helping out a lot. Red Dragon has nothing in production, unfortunately. Rebeldragon, rather. The Void Ray Micro is intense. Comes back for the shield batteries. A Liberator shows up to the party. Not sure what he intends to do with that, but Liberators are pretty good units. Oh, almost gets the Oracle. Unfortunately, they throw like little pillows at him. And at this point, when you have more Void Rays than there are Marines, the tide starts to shift, as it has been for quite a while. Some might say the entire time. But now Immortal's on 44 workers. Rebeldragon never restarted the command center. He's running out of options. The Void Ray count has become overwhelming. Rebeldragon's starting to mine out of his new assumed home. Building 1 Tempest here. The supply tells a lot of the story. +1 is done. That tank not so great against Void Rays and Tempest. 2 Vikings will intimidate the entire Skytoss Armada, but not forever. The Marines melt. And despite the cannon rush at the front, the base trade at the back, the run around throughout the entirety of one of the largest maps, it appears Immortal will come out on top with a little bit better adaptation and a bit better handling of the situation. Rebeldragon looked like he had moments of genius. Moments of, well, genius might be a strong word, but moments that victory was within his grasp. But eventually, they slipped through his fingers, and he went down to pick up another Dorito and went back to supporting Juanito.